In all their years of fighting, Goku and Vegeta have pretty much seen everything. They've had their fair share of encounters with aliens, androids, and even spirits, but most recently, however, the Z Fighters have found themselves mixed in with the gods of the multiverse. While maybe not enemies or anything like that, the gods have helped ascend Goku and Vegeta far past what they ever could have hoped for, but in the same breath, after the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, you could say that these two still have much to learn about their own natural Saiyan powers. Much more, in fact. The story of the Brother of the Prince shows us this more than anything, as Dragon Ball New Age, a fan manga that takes place a few years after the defeat of Omega Shenron, two mysterious Saiyans invade the Earth. Rigger and his wife Sapari have arrived with one goal in mind: killing Vegeta, but first, he needs to recognize the severity of the sins he's committed. The death of his mother at the hands of his own brother haunted Rigger for years, but every single day, it fueled his rage to frightening levels until the day came that he finally tracked down Vegeta. After moving the battle as far away from West City and civilians as possible, the battle begins with Vegeta immediately transforming into Super Saiyan 4 and engaging Rigger right away, but even in his base form, something doesn't seem right about this guy at all. As the fight goes on, nothing Vegeta or the others do seems to land its mark on the Saiyan, but after nearly being destroyed by Vegeta's most devastating attack, Rigger's rage begins to bubble over and glimpses of his actual strength begin to show themselves. Right before things take a dramatic turn for the worse, with Vegeta now left powerless on the battlefield, Goku, Gohan, and Oob appear after months of training in solitude. Right away after being healed by sensu beams from Goku, Vegeta warns him that if they want to even survive, much less beat this guy, then they need to go all out from the start, so Goku joins Vegeta in transforming into a Super Saiyan 4 and insists that the others get out of here right now. Rigger just bullies his way through Goku and Vegeta's attacks and defense, as even the both of them together seems like less than a threat to him. But eventually it would seem that Goku's hunch may be true. After going full power in order to combat both Super Saiyan 4s more effectively, it looks like Rigger's power actually begins to dip the longer the battle goes on. It's at this point that Goku and Vegeta have to take full advantage of Rigger's sluggishness and finally end this monster as they both fire their signature attacks at point blank range, leveling the entire battlefield. When the smoke clears, Rigger is visibly very weakened by so much of his energy being depleted for going full power, but almost as if a switch was flipped. Something inside of him snaps, causing him to lose all self-control in the face of defeat. However, this wasn't an accident at all. The whole time, Rigger was holding this demonic power, a power he promised even his wife he would never unleash again due to his otherworldly bloodlust from it. When faced with certain defeat at the hands of the person he hates the most, however, Rigger explains to them that they may have had a slight upper hand due to his miscalculation, but they fail to even grasp the true understanding of the Super Saiyan. What they possess now is the most infantile form of Super Saiyan 4, leagues away from the true power of that transformation, something he mastered long ago and adapted to it so cohesively that his body no longer needs a transformative state for the same power, even more in fact. Instead, he himself, and only he, possesses a form far beyond their greatest nightmares, a power that, if not suppressed inside of him, is easily far beyond the levels of Omega Shenron. Sapari quickly abandons the battlefield as she says that if Rigger actually goes through with this, then even her life will be in danger. His whole life, Rigger has been waiting for this moment to crush Vegeta under his feet, and to ensure that both of these Saiyans are ripped apart by his hand, Rigger's true power erupts to life as he transformed into the true demon of the Saiyan race, Super Saiyan 5. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball New Age, the original rendition for yourselves, the link as always will be down below in the description box, so be sure to go check it out, as well as Malik the creator's social medias. All of that will be linked below for you. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to turn those notifications on down below to never miss a Dragon Ball upload. And if you've been enjoying the content, or maybe this is your first time here, consider leaving a like on this video by the end. It really helps a ton, guys. Lastly, be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related content. But without further ado, well, now they've officially done it. After another display of awesome power by Goku and Vegeta, they've worn Rigger down and somewhat exhausted his base power, but this battle is far from over, as at the end of the last chapter, rage and vengeance have completely consumed the brother of Vegeta. anger manifests itself, transforming Rigger into something just absolutely awful. Something that not even his wife Sapari wants to be a part of. Super Saiyan 5, the true destiny of the legendary Saiyan, in the hands of Rigger is riddled with bloodlust, has become something far more dangerous. Incredible. He's been completely restored. Not one bit of fatigue at all, Vegeta says, struck with fear now. This is unreal, Goku comments. He could take on Omega Shenron with no problem right now. As Rigger's aura calms, his power is so unstable that his body seems to tremble under the weight of his new strength. I can barely comprehend his strength right now, Vegeta stutters. His power, I fear, he may even exceed Lord Beerus now. Rigger, now done with his power up, sets his sights back on Goku and Vegeta as he tells them, from this moment forth, none of them will leave here alive. He flies into the sky and creates a massive supernova above them all with enough concentrated energy to destroy all of them in a single touch. Now I wonder, Rigger goes on, which one of your friends should I kill first, he says with a demonic look on his face. Rigger unleashes his attack, tossing it directly at the Z-Fighters, causing a gigantic explosion on impact. The battlefield is completely shrouded in dust and debris, but luckily all of the Z-Fighters are able to avoid the attack. That was a close one, Goten comments, as Goku is satisfied to see that all of his friends are okay. However, Vegeta notices at this moment that Rigger has actually disappeared. Wait, something isn't right here, Piccolo says. If he really wanted to destroy us all with that attack, then there's no way we could have dodged it. But, hey guys, Oob cuts in. Where'd the big guy go? All of a sudden, Rigger appears behind Oob, grabbing him by the head. Oob, no, get away from him, Goku shouts, but it's too late. Seems we have a winner, Rigger says with a menacing scowl on his face. He snaps Oob's neck in cold blood, killing him instantly as he shows just how terrifying his power really is, leaving Goku stunned, frozen in shock at the death of his pupil in just an instant. Oh my, Rigger says with a smug look on his face. Looks like I just went and snapped your neck without even a thought, laughing at the death and despair he's caused. And yet it appears I've mistaken and left you alive somehow, he says, dangling the lifeless body of Oob by his arm. That was not my intention at all. Well then, allow me to go ahead and correct that small oversight, he says as he tosses Oob to the side and then blasts him to pieces with a powerful beam. When the smoke clears, nothing is left of Oob at all besides smoldered remains, leaving Goku and the others stunned at what just happened in a matter of seconds. So who's next, Rigger asks, but Goten, filled with rage at what just happened to Oob, without thinking charges at Rigger, transforming into a Super Saiyan and punching him in the face, but it doesn't affect him at all as Rigger just grins as he says, "Oh, we have a volunteer." He raises his hand to Goten's torso as Goku yells for him to get away from him immediately, but it's too late once again, and he meets the exact same fate as Oob, being blasted to pieces by Rigger's attack. "You murderer," Goku says, shaking with rage like never before after watching his son be killed with nothing he could do. "Oh, so you want to play already," Rigger replies, taunting him. "Well, I guess I do still have more trash to clear anyway." Goku with that last comment almost made a huge mistake in charging at Rigger himself, but luckily Vegeta is able to stop him, telling him to calm down. They have to think about their next move very carefully. "We can't beat him as we are, Kakarot. You know that," Vegeta says. "We need a plan and fast." "He's gotten so much stronger, but maybe if one of us became a Super Saiyan God," Goku says, trying to think of anything they could do, but even that is a far-fetched idea as Vegeta denies. Not only would this probably not help them much either, but there's no chance Rigger would give them the time to gather the people needed, much less perform the ritual. "Darn. You're right," Goku says. "Plus, they need 5 Saiyans, and that just got much harder now that Goten is dead." "Super Saiyan God? What are these two rambling about?" Rigger says, suspecting that Goku and Vegeta are up to something again, but nothing they do will matter anyway, he goes on, but his suspicions are clearly still bothering him. This is when Vegeta offers a solution that he himself would never propose, unless everything is actually on the line and it is the only option. Super Saiyan gods or not, Vegeta knows that possibly the only chance they have at defeating Rigor and making it out of here alive is for he and Goku to fuse, and they have to do it now without getting killed in the process. What? Fusion? Goku replies, shocked to hear something like this from Vegeta, but he agrees that as strong as they are now, they may have a chance. Would you two happen to be speaking of the merging technique from the Metamors by any chance? Rigor asks, meaning that even he knows about such a technique. However, he still shows little fear as he recalls battling a warrior on planet Yelna that used such a technique but only required him to use 30% of his power still. Well, unfortunately for you, he says to Goku and Vegeta, I know of that technique's weaknesses and I won't allow you to buy time for yourselves. Prepare to die. The race to fuse has never been more urgent as Goku and Vegeta stare their biggest obstacle ever in the face with little to nothing they can do about it. Rigor has the power to kill them in an instant as they saw demonstrated to them twice already. However, even though the power of two Super Saiyan 4s merged together may not have succeeded in the past, they can still learn from their mistakes from the battle with Omega Shenron. Gogeta may be the only answer to Super Saiyan 5 at this point.